Hello. Oh my god. It's been a while, honestly, since I've even sat in front of my camera. Honestly, I want to say I feel like my life just got busier than I expected the past couple of months, and I've sort of taken the time to adjust and to get myself ready for it and ready for the new year and sort of figuring out what I want going into new year, I guess is the best way to put it. With that, like, I turned 23 last November. I feel weird. I don't know. I just, like, it doesn't feel real. And you know how it's the thing, like, it's like, oh, I'm a 23-year-old, 18-year-old, like, or whatever it is. It's like the, like, yeah, I'm 23, but actually I'm, like, still 18 because that was when, like, the world completely changed with everything with COVID and stuff. So I still feel like being 23 doesn't feel real, and talking to my friends about it too, like, none of us really understand it and feel 23. We don't feel this age. We didn't even feel 22 or 21. Like, obviously we had to get new IDs and everything changed that way, but we just still don't feel, I guess, 23. You know, and I'm 23, I live at home. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I enjoy living at home. I get to save up extra money that I would pay on groceries or rent or something, so that when I am ready to move out, I can, as well as I have decided to go back and get my master's, and I'm going to be getting it online. So I'm going to be staying home, doing work on my computer, and then also working my full-time job as a receptionist as well, just so I can make money and also go to school at the same time. But with that, I'm also, as much as I'm spending money because I'm getting my master's, I'm now saving money as well because I'm staying here with my family and everything. So yeah, and I will say it does have its ups and downs. I'm not gonna say it's like totally amazing. It's can be rough, but for the most part, it's honestly not too bad, and I can't really complain. So with that, this is sort of, I guess, one, I'm checking in with myself and sort of figuring out in 2025 what is it that I want to do, you know. With that as well, so like my goals, but also like stuff, how I want to be in 2025. Just like, this is just how I want to feel in 2025. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to, I guess, accomplish in the best way possible. And I have a lot written down. I don't think I'm gonna reach all of them. I really don't. And not that I'm putting pressure on myself to reach all of them in any way. There's some top ones that are definitely really important to me, and those are gonna be the ones I end up focusing on more than anything else. So I have the usual, like, I want to read 50 books this year. I read 91 in 2024, which was a lot higher than I actually ever expected to read, but I had a lot of time. It was also part of my job for half the year, so now with school and everything and work full-time, I feel like I'm not going to be able to accomplish less. And I say that now, knowing that it's what, January 14th, and I've already read, I want to say 6 books, which is so crazy to me. But yesterday was my first day of school, technically, so I feel like it's about to change a lot. Next thing I want to do is I want to keep a B average. I know everyone expects, like, oh, you want A's, and you do. They're important. I feel like B's aren't the end of the world. I've always felt like that, though. I feel like everyone puts pressure on themselves to get A's and everything, and I think a B is still good. With that, do I want A's? Yes, but I'm not gonna hold myself to this high standard of I have to have A's and stress myself out more, knowing that, like, I'll still be just as fine with my B's and everything. With that, I feel like those are honestly my two main ones. The other ones are just like, I want to work out on the days I have off of work. I have 3 days of work and then we have 4 days off typically in the week, so I definitely want to start going on walks and doing like workout videos on my computer and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of the gym. I don't care what anyone says. I've never been a fan of going to a gym. I prefer to just like, we have a treadmill here at our house, so I will go downstairs onto a treadmill or our little stationary bike or whatever, and we have weights and we have you know, a weight rack downstairs. So I have everything I could need really in my house already, so I don't see the point of getting a membership that I'm probably not going to use. That being said, I was writing some things down on my phone while I was at an appointment earlier this morning, so I'm just gonna go off of that right now. The first thing I wrote is, this year I want to put less pressure on myself to know what I want to do and what path I want to follow. I feel like in society at the age of 18 they expect us to pick, you know, our major. We're expected to go to school and pick a major and follow that, and you know, that's our career for the rest of our lives. And right now I've honestly felt so behind. So I graduated from undergrad December 2023, and this whole past all of 2024 I did not take a class, I did not do anything. The whole time I was, yes, applying for jobs in my field, but also sort of debating if I wanted to go back and get my master's, which is a big decision. Going back to school is a lot in any way, even online, in person, whatever it is, but I essentially thought it was best for me and what I want to do in the future. If I want to do anything like it in the future, it is important for me to have my master's in psychology in some way, just to actually get a job in that sort of field. So yeah, I decided to go back to school, but with that, I feel like we are expected to know what we want to do. We're expected to graduate from college, go into the workforce, and just live our lives and know what we're supposed to do for the rest of our lives. And I am just not like that. I have dreams of traveling the world, obviously. I have dreams of doing so many things, and just picking one of them is becoming one of the hardest things I think I've ever done. So I want to put less pressure on myself to know what I want to do. I'm usually like, I'm stressed because I have no idea what I want to do with my life, and I think that's okay. I think at the age of 23, I do not need to know what I want to do with my life. I mean, people are living until they're 100. I'm not even a fourth of the way there. Like, I have time to figure out what I want and what I want to do and everything. And yeah, I want a job and I want to make money and I want to do all those things, but I deserve to do what makes me happy and choose what makes me happy over anything else. It shouldn't matter, you know, otherwise. That being said, going on to that, I said I don't want to compare myself to other people and how they're living their lives. I want to live my own, by my own means. So on social media, we see a lot of people, influencers and stuff. They obviously get stuff sent to them. They go on trips and brand trips and stuff like that and get to go to other countries and do all these things. And I feel like obviously, like, part of me is going to be jealous because I want to be doing those things. I want to be going and seeing the different parts of the world and going on these trips, not necessarily for the brand, just because, but it's more because I just want to go on the trip and like go to that country and do those things. But as of right now, that's not something I can do, but it's something I'm planning for in the future, and even then I still think that's good. But I do want to do it before I'm like 40, I guess. I want to travel and do everything before I'm 40 so that, you know, I can still skydive and do all the crazy things that I want to do and just, you know, have fun in every way possible. So I'm gonna live it by my own means. I'm gonna try not to compare myself to other people's lives, compare my life to other people's lives, because they are so very different. And I know it's gonna be hard to do because it's so constant with everything we see on social media and everything, and everyone decides they want to post their lives quite often. So yeah, I'm gonna try to compare myself less and know that I am on the path I need to be on, and I'm doing what I need to do to get myself to where I want to be. Next thing I said was, I'm gonna give backstory. I focus on my mental health a lot. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was in high school, and it sort of had gotten worse when I went to college. And these past years, it's been me, I want to say fighting back, but that's not the right word. It's just me like getting better from it and not having these illnesses control my life anymore. Like they don't have a hold on me that they used to have. And to me, that was really important. That was my main goal. Instead of I'd be stuck in bed all day, and now I'm not, and I'm able to go out and do these things. So that was my main goal. So my mental health was something I always put first, and it was something I thought was the most important thing ever. With that, I wrote, I want to focus on my physical health. I said I feel like I've sort of let myself down, as I usually focus on mental health. They're both so important, and they truly rely on each other to make you a better person all around. So with that, I wrote I want to work out more, which is, I'm not putting pressure on myself to work out every single day. It's like, I'm gonna work out the days I have off, and if I don't want to work out one day, I'm not gonna work out, because forcing myself to do it will make me miserable, and then I will never want to do it again. That being said, I want to eat healthier, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna have like a restrictive diet. If I'm craving ice cream or a burger or whatever, I'm gonna go and get ice cream or a burger, and I am not gonna care, because one meal is not the end of the world, truly. And honestly, the more you restrict and the more you say no to eating what you want and doing all those things, the more you're gonna end up wanting it, and then that's when you end up overindulging when you get the chance to. With that, I want to drink less alcohol and pop or soda. We call it pop in our family. So I go to restaurants, I'm a Diet Pepsi girl. So I will always order one, or I get Sprite. So that's like one of the things I want to like lessen. There's a while at school, in college, I really didn't drink soda in any way, because I just didn't want to buy it for myself at the store. That was so much work, and I just didn't necessarily need it. The only time I really needed it was when I was making like a vodka Sprite or something, because I stopped taking shots after I turned 21, because I'm a baby and can't do it anymore. With that, less alcohol. I'm not saying no alcohol, because I do enjoy a glass of wine. I do enjoy going and getting dinner with my friends and, you know, getting a cocktail of some kind, you know, whatever. I'm not necessarily gonna stop myself, but am I gonna drink as much as I did in college? No. And honestly, it's been going like that for the past couple months anyways. So now it's just less pop, because that's sort of been on an influx recently, and I need to cut back down and stop. But it's just because they taste so good at restaurants, and when you have them at home, it's just not the same. So I just want to go back to the restaurant and have it again. It's really bad. With that, I want to go to my doctors more. With all of that, with my mental health being what it was, I put that first, and obviously I still see my psychiatrist and my therapist, and those were the two like main doctors I really went to. And I went to like my annual exam with my primary care and all that stuff, and I go to the dentist and everything, but I sort of put it off more, Am I going to the dentist every 6 months? No. One, because I fear the dentist, but two, I just don't want to. That being said, I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but I've come upon recent health issues that I feel yeah, a bunch of health issues have sort of been popping up, and with that, I've been pushing them off and saying, oh, like, I'll get better on its own or whatever. And I was like, oh, like, it will go away, stuff like that. And taking months go by and it doesn't go away, and it's still there and it's still causing an issue. And so setting up these appointments, I have so many appointments coming up this month alone that stress me out as is, just because I hate going to doctor's appointments. I just am always worried they're gonna say the worst thing possible, even though I know I am a healthy person and I eat pretty well and I am pretty fit and active in every way, but it's still something that stresses me out quite a lot. So yeah, but I'm gonna put my physical health up there with my mental health. As important as my mental health is, it's gotten so much better that I feel like it can go on the back burner for now, and I'm more likely to notice when it starts getting bad again than I used to be able to. Like, I would have no idea, and then it would just be like me of weeks like not being able to get out of bed. But now I'm able to notice when I'm like about to spiral and stuff like that, and sort of get myself to stop doing that. So now it's more about my physical health. I said I'm not going to force myself to say yes to plans when I really don't want to go to them. A lot of the time I felt like, because I hadn't seen my friends in a long time, it was necessary for me to go and hang out with them. Even if all I wanted to do was lay in bed, I would end up forcing myself to go. I wouldn't say I was miserable, but I definitely wasn't, I don't know, I didn't say I was in a bad mood, but it definitely wasn't, I wasn't happy, you know, and I want to go and hang out with my friends and be happy when I do that. So that's something I'm truly going to focus on, and I'm not going to feel pressured to say yes to things that I really don't want to go to. If I want to stay in bed, I'm going to stay in bed. That's just how it's going to be. Next thing I wrote, I said, this year I want to dress how I want, when I want, even if no one around me is. I don't know if that last part makes sense, but like, you know when you go to plans and like, girls usually ask, are we dressing like this, or are we dressing like this? And you know, we all like come to a consensus. English is not my thing today, apparently. We all come to a consensus like, oh yeah, we're gonna wear this, or we're gonna dress like this, or you know, whatever. And you know, I'm just gonna start wearing what I want to wear, even if no one else wears it. If I want to wear a dress, I'm gonna wear a dress or a skirt or whatever. I don't care, and no one is actually looking in depth at what you're wearing. If they are, then they have a problem, not you. If their whole life is judging you and what you are wearing, that's on them. They have an issue then, you don't. Because if they feel like they have to judge other people and put other people down, I honestly just think that it's because they're insecure in their own ways, and judging them whatever way possible is the way that makes them feel better and more secure in themselves. So yeah. The last couple of things I wrote down were just hobbies. This past year I got into painting, which I love, and I'm gonna keep painting this year. I got into punch needle. I don't know if anyone, it's like the like, I don't want to go grab it, but if you don't know what it is, look up punch needle and Google will show you. That I want to learn how to crochet this year. That was something I wanted to learn last year, but I sort of focused more on painting and punch needle because I was just enjoying it so much. So I'm gonna just focus more on learning to crochet. I want to say at Michael's they have like little like $10 boxes that just like have everything you need to like crochet these little animals and stuff like that. So I have one of those. It's been sitting in like my my bin of my punch needle and crochet stuff. and I've just like been waiting to do it. So this year that's what I want to focus on. That, and then I said I want to take my time with books. And obviously I said I read 91 books last year. My goal for this year I wrote down as 50 to 55. And it's not necessarily, I don't necessarily speed read. I have been told I am a fast reader by friends and family and people around me who've seen me read books like I do and at work and stuff. So I've been told I'm a fast reader, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it matters if you're fast or slow in any way. But when I start books, I tend to get quite enthralled by them, and so it is impossible for me to put them down. That's my biggest issue. So this year I want to just not necessarily take my time. If I want to read it, I'm gonna read it, but also not push myself to finish it. I want to say, like, this just happened. I started A Fate Inked in Blood last week at work, and obviously it's on my shelf, so I was like, oh, you know, if I want to come home and read it, I can read it. But I'm happy I didn't, because it's something I had a couple of days to process and remember everything that I read, and then come back and I finished it yesterday. With that though, I also ended up reading Done and Dusted yesterday while I was at work completely. So I started and finished it, which was crazy to people around me, but honestly it was a short book in my opinion, so I thought it was gonna go fast anyways. I will probably come to more goals, you know, here and there, and some of the ones I wrote down now probably won't stay the whole year because it's just stuff that I'm like, nah, it's not necessarily too important and not really what I want to focus on anymore. And I think that's fine if your goals are allowed to change throughout the years. So if I change some of them, I change some of them. That's completely up to me. With that being said, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. TBD on if it's gonna be clothes or books. Haven't decided yet. We're gonna figure that out as we go, because we're not stressing about anything this year. We're just gonna do what makes us happy. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.